There's a lot of
Thank you. You know, my hope is, guys, that we finally scored a ball. The Chiefs scored a ball tomorrow. Because for the longest time, we've been the Kansas City Chiefs. We can't score.
Sorry.
We can't score, but we can guard everybody. So we scored. Hope they score tomorrow.
I'm sure those stats are not from the Jacksonville.
I know. I saw that last night. Oh, that was pretty funny. We actually got the right ones.
You've been through this before after break, but you usually don't see performances like this. What sparked this team to play the way that it did tonight?
I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what they had to say. So we brought it back on the night of the 26th. The 27th, we actually scrimmaged each other for like 3-minute segment, 5-minute segments, and it did not look good. And so maybe we just got that out of our system. And then the 28th and the 29th, we were able to prep for Wisconsin. But maybe that's what happened. I don't know. But the first half, just our pace on the offensive end was really good.
Was that in part because of what you were doing on the defensive end a little bit as far as
Yes,
deflections and getting
yeah,
our
our hands. We had some active hands. We talked a lot about, because we struggled to score in a half court, trying to generate some offense from our defense. I thought JT and Madison's their active hands. I think Wisconsin missed some open shots, and that helped us and got us out in transition. But I think JT rebounded a couple ones, and she was able to get it out to Madison, get it out to Abby, and then Mads hits her first couple threes. It just kind of opens up the basket. I thought Caitlin and Mary Ashley were really good in the first half, dominating the paint. Thought we tried to put them in positions where they could score before the double came, and Caitlin just got to her right shoulder. Felt like time after time after time, and was able to finish the plays.
What is the trigger with Madison hitting a couple threes and then everybody feels like they're the three-point shooting champions?
I don't know. I wish we could play every game at Mackey. I know that her numbers are staggering at Mackey right now. But I just think with anything, when the ball goes through the basket, it just kind of gives everybody confidence and it just starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Even if she doesn't, make it, the way Mary Ashley crashes the offensive glass, the way JT is starting to crash the offensive glass, and then Abby's able to just getting her to kind of do her job and take those shots. I thought her second one off Abby's drive and kick was a really quick release, and those are the ones we got to have her taking.
Numbers aside with Janae,
yeah.
But is this kind of what you need from her on a nightly basis? She's not going to get this every night, but just how she kind of got involved in the offense and was more assertive.
Right. You're going to get rebounds. You're going to she's going to share the basketball. But I think you asked me yesterday about her taking open shots, and she did. I mean, I think we turned it over on our first possession maybe, and then the next one she comes down and shoots like a 15-footer in transition, but that just showed me, okay, her pace is gonna be that way. She hit one in the right corner in the first half, and just with her taking shots, then you've got to guard her, right? You've got to respect it, and she gets a layup to go, gets another bank shot to go, but if she can do that for us, it just changes who we are on the offensive end.
One more, just what Madison did there in the fourth quarter, giving up a layup to give the ball to Jayla, who she knows is struggling from the field.
Yeah.
Is that just another example why she's a senior leader? And
did you ask her why she passed it? Did she say she saw some big girl running at her? Because that's what she told me in the locker room.
It looked a little bit more different than that.
I think Madison knows the importance of Jayla to our ball club, and then Jayla hits a three a couple possessions later, and y'all, I don't know how many games it had been since Jayla saw the ball go through the basket as a field goal. 3 games, 05, 04, 0 for 3, whatever it was, and then she gets to the rim a couple times today and just doesn't go in. And I think that's just Madison's selflessness of knowing what our ball club needs.
Thank you.
Yep.
You guys were obviously so comfortable so early, but then also to be able to maintain that lead, never really give Wisconsin a chance to get back into it. How did you guys stay aggressive and sustain it the rest of the year?
Yeah, I talked about it at halftime, really just coming out here and going, looking at the game 0-0. We have 4 kids on our roster that 2 years ago we had a 22-point lead at Wisconsin in the first half, and we lost the ball game. So just reminding them that this is a Wisconsin team that's going to play really, really hard, and if you give them any kind of mojo, it's going to be a battle. And so just kind of keeping your foot on the gas. And I thought the 4 of them responded and really took that to heart and kind of helped put the game away.
With 5 players in double figures, just what do you think clicked offensively for this?
Just the way the ball moved and popped. I think in the first quarter we had 9 made field goals on 7 assists. We shot it before we turned it over. A couple times we didn't shoot it, they ended up being turnovers. So 23 assists to 12 turnovers is a really, really good number for us.
Winning your Big Ten home opener, what kind of statement do you think this kind of says for this group?
We just talked about we got to carry it into Rutgers on Tuesday. You can't do anything in the Big Ten if you don't win your home games. And felt like we gave one away on the road to start the league play. And so really good response for our club starting back at home, protecting, but it doesn't mean anything if we don't get the job done on Tuesday too.
Coach, speaking of just your defense and the way that your team was able to help off of your man, why do you feel that aspect was so critical tonight in forcing those turnovers, them penetrating, getting help, having those active hands, and then getting out on the break?
Yeah, exactly what you said. Like it just being active on the defensive end. Madison had quick hands today. JT got a couple tips. It was good to have Rashunda come in and pick the ball up. Kind of give Abby a little bit of a break in that sense. But it's just that like understanding. When you're pressing up into 9, you're 1 pass away. When you're sitting in the gap and playing personnel, playing tendencies. And I thought our group did a really good job today.
I mean, the way your team rebounded, especially on the offensive glass. In the last 10 days since you played, have you kind of challenged them a little bit to maybe set a goal to kind of come out as the aggressor and win those battles, get those second chances? Yeah,
well, anytime you're a team that struggles in the half court, you got to give yourselves opportunities. So baseline out of bounds, opportunities to steal some, 6 to 8 points there. Second chance points, another opportunity to steal some points, and then open floor in transition. I think I thought Mary Ashley crashed really, really hard to start the game and kind of set the tone. I think there was a possession between her and JT. We got 2 or 3 offensive rebounds on the same possession. I think MA finally got an and 1 out of it, and JT let out a screen. But like just that toughness of finishing plays and battling through. We're going to struggle in the half court, so we got to be able to generate second chance points, fast break points, baseline out of bounds execution.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep. Your team was plus 12 in assists, plus 20 in rebounds, and minus 9 in turnovers. Which one were you proudest of and why?
Minus 9 in turnovers. No doubt about it. We're a team that turns the ball over, unfortunately, and for us to be able to take care, our goal was 14 today. So 12 is really good. That's 3 a quarter. And I think a couple times, like I just said, it's just us passing up open shots. Sophie comes off a pin down and doesn't shoot it and starts to drive and throws the ball across the court. Just do your job and take your shots. And, I think that if we're able to not turn the ball over, you think that we're a pretty decent shooting team. Numbers don't say that all the time for us when you look at our overall shooting percentage on the season. But if we give ourselves opportunities to score, it just helps us.
You said you're ahead by 20 plus.
22.
And lost a game.
Yep.
And then what did you think the first quarter when you were up double digits already? Were you?
Nothing. I thought we kind of let them back in the game a little bit. I think I walked and sat down after they left. I looked at Abby Downer at IGA and I was like, man, I just thought we gave them a little bit of momentum. Middle drive, closeouts. Our closeouts were really bad, and they got paid touches there at the end of the first quarter. And I think that they were able to push it to 11 points when we were playing some pretty solid defense. So it's just that, just staying locked in, staying together on both ends of the floor. But just really proud of our group today.
Cool.
Yep. Thanks, Gigi. Happy New Year, y'all.
Hey, Happy New Year, Coach.
Happy New Year. See you all on